And with 5, Haas from the free throw line jumper. He got it! With 2.5 driving,
points.
dunking. Kyle drives it and dunks it. Oh! Put back, throw down by Corbin Gabusi. One-hand thump.
We are now joined live by Dave Rose, making his 8th NCAA tournament appearance as head coach at BYU in the last 10 years. Today had to have been nerve-wracking. You had to wait until the final bracket. What was that like today, the anticipation and the anxiety?
It's been pretty intense for the last couple of days, you know, and we wanted to get that automatic bid, and after we got beat against the Zags on Tuesday, it's pretty stressful trying to figure out how this is going to work out. And I'm so proud of the team and how we've played down the stretch in the last month. And you just wonder every day, how is this going to turn out? How is this going to play out? And the fact that we wait for the last bracket to get invited into the tournament, but we're in, and our guys have another chance to play. It's an exciting time, and I'm just really happy for our team.
Well, after Selection Sunday, we had a chance to hear from your players, their reaction to playing Ole Miss in a playing game. Here's what they had to say.
3 weeks ago, no one. I remember we had Ty and I were in here. We had a little interview after a game we lost, and everyone was like, "Well, what are you guys going to do now?" And I said, "We're going to make a run. We're going to make it to the tournament."
Kyle on the steal. Kyle drives it and dunks it.
And that's exactly what happened.
No.
We're excited to be in here, and we've been playing great, and we're playing great at the right time, so we hope to continue that on Tuesday.
It was terrible. The tension was pretty high in that room. I mean, we thought we were confident going into today, and then when you see all these other teams getting their name called before you, it can be nerve-wracking, but we're just really happy that our name got called, and we're excited to play.
And they will play the winner of the first.
Yeah, it was literally the last little bracket, but yeah, I figured we'd get in, at least in the playing game. You try not to think about it, and you realize it's not in your hands, and you just wait, and we're just excited that we got in.
The cool thing about the playing games is it's 2 really good teams. So on both, it was Boise and whoever the other team was, and then Ole Miss and us, which are really good teams. So I think we're excited, just thankful to be in, and it's kind of amazing what we've done over the past couple weeks to get in this position.
Everyone in that locker room has worked really hard to put us in this spot, and I mean, yeah, there was a time during the year when times were not good, and a lot of people counted us out, but everyone stuck together and still believed in each other, and we finished on a good note, and I think we're playing the right way, and hopefully we can continue to have that edge and win a few games.
The thought of having to play in any other tournament besides the NCAA tournament, it's a sad thought. You don't want to go out that way, and so I'm just really grateful for the opportunity that we do have, and we're in, and I'm just happy where we're at and excited to play.
Now, Coach, you've mentioned in interviews that you feel like this is a special group of players. This team could have given up after getting swept by Pepperdine. How did they keep it all together and get to this point where they're now in the NCAA tournament?
Well, I think we had great leadership. I also believe that the urgency of our situation, really, they kind of took it to heart, and we figured out the way that we had to play as a team. And not every team has to play like we play, but this group of guys with our set of circumstances, they figured out this is what we have to do, and this is how we have to do it. And watching these guys and their reaction to the invitation, it's really rewarding as a coach. But in this case, watching Kyle talk about his chance to play in the NCAA tournament after him getting us to the tournament last year, and then not being able to play in the tournament, there's a lot of reasons to be really kind of happy about what's happening, but I'm really happy for Kyle and the fact that he gets this chance to go back and make a run in this thing.
And to do what he's done this year, 1 year after an ACL injury, is really remarkable.
Well, it's amazing what he's done, and I think that his ability to get this team to kind of follow his lead. I mean, you got great leadership from our captains in Chase and Tyler, but Skylar Halford has had just an amazing 6 or 7 week run, and these guys are really close. And the mantra of the next couple of days is we want to advance, and we got an opportunity, and we kind of saved ourselves from a really bad situation. Now let's really take advantage of this opportunity that we have and play our best.
Tyler Haws has had an incredible career at BYU, the all-time leading scorer now. This seems like a great opportunity for him to really go out with a bang and show the country what kind of player he is.
You know, I think Ty has been playing he's been special all year long, but since he broke that record in the Portland game, he just, to me, just feels like, you know, he's kind of had a real weight lifted off him, and now he can just kind of freely go back to, you know, the way he played early in the season last year when it looked like he was. Now, he's still getting a lot of attention from the defense, but I think that's spreading out a little bit because of the consistency of Chase and Skylar and Kyle, and then you can't ignore our front line. I mean, Corbin Kaufusi, you just watch him grow up game after game after game. He just keeps getting better, and Ryan Andrus has given us a great lift, and Josh Sharp and Frank Bartley has really helped us on that front line too, in kind of a strange situation as far as the size that he brings there. But his strength and athleticism has really added a real, you know, punch to our lineup.
And how important is that? I know that punch inside in the paint was lacking for most of the season, but what Corbin's now giving you, how important is that entering the NCAA tournament?
Well, it's, you know, it's a physical game.
Yeah.
And, you know, you get into the NCAA tournament, and usually the emphasis is really on the players and not so much on the officials' whistle. There's not quite as many, and so hopefully that physical play that our guys have kind of developed on that front line will really pay off.
It's so hard to get into the NCAA tournament. You've now done it 8 times in 10 years. That's a great feat, and I know you want to be humble about it all, but what does it say about your program? How proud are you of this achievement?
Well, it's all about our players. I mean, these guys come, and that's the expectation that they have. And I tell you, when we talk about what happened with this team, there was a time where they realized, whoa, if we just keep on the same track, you know, we're going to end up somewhere where we don't want to be. And that's when they figured out this is how we have to play. This is who we have to be. And it may not be what we thought, you know, 2 or 3 months ago when we started the season. But in order to be successful, I think the St. Mary's game was a big key for us because we really a physical team and dominated them on our plays. And I think our guys really started to believe this is how we have to play, and it's carried it through the rest of the month.
We wanted to get some reaction from you about our video of the week. You'll probably remember this from the West Coast Conference Tournament, but explain what happened here, Coach.
It was getting really hot in there. You can see my face.
I was there. It was hot. I'll give you that.
And so I just felt I needed to coach the rest of the game without my coat on, and maybe it would be a little cooler. That's not really, you know, who we are, who I am, but this was a really important time for us, and I kind of, you know, lost my mind, and the referees were good to me to allow me to stay there and continue to coach the team because I was pretty intense there. But, you know, I don't think you ever plan as a coach to get a technical foul, but if I have any advice for coaches out there, this will probably get you a technical foul. So you probably ought to stay away from this in the
Cougar
future.
Nation loved it. Did your family love it?
Well, you know, they don't see that a lot from me lately. And when I was younger in my career, my wife and my kids were young, and they saw that quite a bit. But I think that the most important thing for me is we kind of got through it with as little distraction as possible, and hopefully in the NCAA tournament it's not quite as hot in those arenas.
Okay,
you know.
Coach, good luck in the NCAA tournament. Thanks so much for joining us. We got an OGO bag for you for coming on in. You can try those when you go travel all over the country. You've obviously selected one of those bags for you. Coach, thanks so much. Appreciate it, and best of luck in Dayton.
Thanks, JJ. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Coach, in honor of you, I did it. Yeah! All right, you've heard from the Utes and Cougars. Now it's time to break down their opponents and hear what they have to say about their opening round matchup.
Point guard, he's athletic, he's 5'10", and they have a big man that's 6'9". That's about it.
We'll be right back.